It's almost time for the New Hampshire primary, where Nikki Haley is trying to take down Donald Trump. Watch as I analyze the race. So to give a brief bit of context, we're coming out of the Iowa caucus where Trump had a dominating lead. DeSantis was somewhat humiliated. At this point, while others may disagree, I believe Ron DeSantis is practically out of this race. Right now, it's Nikki Haley's chance to try to take down Trump. Now, I want to start by looking at something that I don't normally pay much attention to. It's crowd size. But Donald Trump makes a huge issue out of crowd size, so I want to show you first a Trump crowd in New Hampshire. It's a smaller size than we've seen from Trump in the past. This is pretty key to note, especially when we compare it to a photo of a Nikki Haley crowd. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that Haley's crowd is bigger than Trump's. I think the camera angles can be deceiving. All I'm really saying here is Trump crowds are smaller than 2016 and 2020, and Nikki Haley crowds have grown and grown. So momentum is building for Nikki Haley. And on top of that momentum, Governor Chris Sununu of New Hampshire is out on the trail campaigning for Haley, meeting with voters one-on-one, speaking at rallies, trying to push her over the line. So these are a lot of good signs for Nikki Haley, but this data is also reflected in the polls. Let's take a look at the Real Clear Politics average. We can see that Nikki Haley has steadily risen throughout the fall and winter. Right now, RCP has a 13.5% difference between Haley and Trump, but you can see that Haley has the momentum. Now I want to look at one poll in particular to get a little deeper. This is the New Hampshire Institute of Politics. Let's start with just their general nominee preference. While Haley has gone up, it's important to note that Donald Trump has also risen. This is in part due to the decline of DeSantis. Also, Vivek Ramaswamy dropped out, and many of those supporters are heading to Trump. But at the same time, Nikki Haley is steadily rising. Now, deeper into this poll, there's one key metric that's very helpful for Nikki Haley. Look at this. Earlier this week, Donald Trump won the Iowa caucuses. Does this change who you will support in the primary? 5% said yes. This right here is great news for Haley. The people who say yes are likely swinging towards Donald Trump because he won Iowa with a commanding lead. So it's a great sign for Haley that the support in New Hampshire is not shifting away from her. So there are lots of good signs for Nikki Haley, but that doesn't mean she's going to win. She is up against a massive wall that is Trump. While Nikki Haley is attracting moderates, independents, some Republicans, she's building that coalition, Donald Trump has a rock-solid base of support. Also, after Iowa, the field is coalescing around Trump. Senator Tim Scott just endorsed Trump. Doug Burgum has endorsed Trump. As the field coalesces around Trump, it's going to be harder and harder for a candidate like Nikki Haley to break through. So that's what I'll be watching for during the New Hampshire primary. Make sure you're subscribed because I'll be analyzing all the results right here.